Hi guys, it's Ed Barton, the social anxiety coach from crushsocialanxiety.org again here. Right now, as you can see behind me, I'm in Piccadilly Circus, which is London's busiest subway station. So it's one of the busiest subway stations in the entire world. And I appreciate that if you're dealing with SAD or social anxiety, that you're probably not very comfortable using the subway. So I really recommend, as one of your challenges to yourself, as one of your exposure therapy challenges, you can make sure that you come into places like this and try and push yourself to regularly use the subway. And if that's too much for you, then you'll be able to see tips and hacks in my other videos where I show you how you can overcome those fears and get yourself into these situations and using the subway more comfortably.
Well, I was oh so near, and I was oh so far. Head over fear, hand over heart.
Hi guys, so as I said, this video is about the subway. When I suffered with social anxiety disorder, this was a massive issue for me. I couldn't get on the subway, or I used to freak out when I was on the subway. A lot of my coaching clients tell me they suffered the same thing. And when I was on the train, I would often have an anxiety attack. So in this video, I want to share with you a little tip or a trick which I used to use to avoid that situation. And basically, when you're sitting on the train, I see a lot of people doing it. They use a different prop, whether it's their phone, whether it's a book, whatever it is, to try and go into their own worlds to cut off from the people around them. And what I used to do is I would get my phone out and I would pretend like I was looking at the phone. But in reality, I was so overwhelmed with feelings of anxiety that I would be thinking about all the people around me, and I wasn't really focusing on what was on the phone or what I was trying to read on my phone. And the more that I became aware of that's fine, and I would be looking at the phone, but I would be thinking about people around me. So then I would start to look down at the phone, but be feeling like people could see me. Then I would start to think that people could see that I was just pretending to use the phone, and then I would get more and more embarrassed. My face would start to turn really red, and the more this went on, it would become like an ever-increasing vicious cycle. I would feel more embarrassed, I would think people could see that I was embarrassed, that would make it more embarrassing, my face would get redder and redder, and it was just a nightmare. And then I would sometimes I would even have to get off the train before my actual destination just to get out of there, and then try and calm myself down and try again. You may be able to relate to this if this has happened to you before. So the technique that I use is get rid of the phone, get rid of the props. What you need to do is focus yourself upwards and outwards rather than downwards and inwards. Rather than feeling that there's all of this pressure from outside of you pushing you in and down into your phone or your book or whatever it may be, just look up, look around the subway carriage, and as soon as you do that, it's as if you're pushing the pressure away from you. And what I used to do is I would pretend to be yawning, so I would kind of yawn, and by doing that you're bringing yourself up, you're taking a deep breath. And there's a lot of research from like Harvard psychologist Amy Cuddy and people like that. They talk about power poses and how by being upright it increases testosterone and other positive hormones, and you feel more powerful by adopting a more powerful pose. So don't hunch over and look into the book. Force yourself upwards, outwards, look around, have a stretch, and as you do that, you'll realize that nobody's looking at you, and all of this stuff is actually going on in the corner of your eye or the corner of your imagination, and it immediately gives you a great deal of confidence from doing that. And you can look around the carriage, and your gaze can be very powerful. So you don't want to stare at people because, as you know, probably as a social anxiety sufferer, it can be very intimidating to be looked at. So just look around the carriage and just push that energy back outwards so that you don't feel observed and squashed. So I call this like the up and out method rather than the down and in. So I'm right here at Walthamstow Central now. I need to get my tube train back into the centre of town. So that's what I've got for you today. It's the up and out method, not down and in. So next time you're having an anxiety attack, whether it's in a coffee shop, on the tube station, the subway, wherever it might be, put the prop down, whatever you're looking at. Force yourself, your attention, your energy upwards and outwards. Adopt a more powerful pose. Take a deep breath in to the bottom of the diaphragm, and you'll see that what you thought was going on around you, you thought there was people looking at you, laughing, whatever it might be, it's actually not. It's in your imagination, 99.9 times out of 100. So adopt this method, subscribe to the channel, let me know